Hi Talbot, I hope you're all well. I have some very good news that I've been dying to share with you. This week is going to be the first week that we are going to be meeting together in person as a church. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about reopening. The first question is, of course, where and when? Don't go to Foley. We aren't going to be meeting at Foley. Foley is still closed to us and they aren't taking any rentals until at least the fall. And so while we hope to be back in Foley by the end of September, Knox Presbyterian in Gamebridge has been more than generous to offer their building to us, to allow us to rent their building. And so we are going to be meeting at Knox Presbyterian Church in Gamebridge. If you don't know where that is, here's a map, here's a picture of what it looks like. But because Knox Presbyterian is going to be meeting on Sunday mornings, that means we have to change our service time. So for the summer, we've decided, thanks to your input, that we are going to be meeting on Sunday evenings at 6 p.m. Every Sunday evening, 6 p.m. at Knox Gamebridge, which means our first service is going to be this Sunday, June 28th at 6 p.m. at Knox Gamebridge. Now, we recognize that some of you are still uncomfortable with the idea of coming out and meeting in person in a room, and there's health concerns. We get all of that, and we don't want to force that upon you. So I'm happy to say that we are going to continue recording our services and posting them online so that you can still engage and be part of the body and follow along as we continue in worship and teaching. The one thing I do have to say, though, is that because our service times have changed, our online service times are going to change as well. And so I'm going to do my best. I don't know how this is going to work yet, but I'm going to do my best to get our online services up by 6 p.m. on Monday evenings. So you'll have to wait 24 hours. There's going to be some processing that happens in the middle, but I'm going to do my best to get it up by 6 p.m. on Monday evenings. And you'll get email links to those services just as you always have. So now that we know where and when we're meeting, let's talk about some of the changes that we've made in order to keep you and the rest of our Talbot family safe. And we're going to do that through 4 key safety principles. The first is health. If you are sick, if you have symptoms of illness, if you have symptoms related to coronavirus, if you've been sick for the past 2 weeks, we would ask you not to come. Treat others with respect. Don't put them in a position where they feel uncomfortable. If you are sick, please stay home. That's why we're running online services, so you can still engage, you can still participate over the 2-week span, and then once you're healthy again, come on back out. We would love to see you. The second principle is hygiene. We are committed to keeping the high-touch surfaces in the building sanitized, and we would encourage you to consider your own personal hygiene in terms of making sure your hands are washed regularly and also that you wear a face mask. You can bring your own, or if you don't have a face mask, we are going to have face masks and hand sanitizer provided in the foyer for every service. Our third principle is distancing. Like the store and the street and everywhere else, we are committed to maintaining a 2-meter distance between households. So you can sit with your family, you can sit with the people who you're living with, but you cannot sit within 2 meters of anyone else. And that means that we are going to be adhering to a strict seating plan where certain rows are going to be blocked off, and we're going to have ushers facilitate the seating plan just to maintain that 2-meter distance as best we can throughout this. The second thing that means is that we are capped at a certain number of people. Once 30 people come into the sanctuary, we can no longer accept guests. And so I don't think this is going to be an issue at the beginning, but right now that is the limit we have based on the size of the room, and we are going to respect that. So if you are number 31, I am so sorry, but we are going to ask you to go home and to watch the service on Monday evening. Our fourth principle is adjustments. This is going to require a lot of flexibility and a lot of change to the way we usually run things. And I want to outline just a few things for you. First of all, there are going to be some things that we cancel for the time being. So kids' church, food being served, those things are going to be put on hold for the time being. We are hoping to reopen those things in the future at some point when we can figure out how to do it safely and in compliance with government standards. But right now, it's too much to staff and too much to run in the facilities we have right now. And so we're just going to cancel those things. Other things might change in the way we do them. So, for example, taking up offering, we are most likely not going to be passing the plate, and instead we'll have a place where you can drop your offering off in the foyer if that's something that you wish to do. Beyond that, I'm expecting that there are going to be changes in the future that we decide on. This is all new for us. We're all adjusting on the fly, and we're committed to making it better, and that means that we are going to need to continue to make adjustments. So I said that when we hit 30, we have to close the doors. But one of the things we're thinking about implementing if we hit capacity is a seat reservation system where you can book your seat for church. You don't have to pay, but you just book it so you know you have a seat in church this week and you know you're not going to be turned away at the door. So those are just some ideas that we're throwing around and we're trying to get off the ground. We'll see if we need them, but please bear with us as we continue to make changes and shifts and adjustments during this season. That's it from me. Again, we are so excited to be back together again this week. I can't wait to see some of you. And for those of you who aren't coming out right away, we're still praying for you. We'll still be reaching out. We'll still be connecting online. God bless you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on Sunday.